Hey everyone, this is Adrian from my channel Random Drop. If you like our content, make sure to subscribe. We're more than halfway to 1,000 subscribers. From there, this channel's quality and content can grow quite significantly, and I hope that you stick around. But anyway, let's get back to the video.
Death Stranding opens with a man hauling cargo across a barren wasteland. A storm is coming right behind him. The local wildlife try to rush on ahead, some falling over dead as soon as the rain touches them. The man's route is cut off by a ravine, so using his bike he tries to jump it rather than letting the oncoming storm catch up to him. But as he lands his jump, he crashes, trying to avoid a strange woman in his path, losing his bike in the process. The stranger is nowhere in sight, so the man gathers his things and heads out to find cover from the oncoming rain. As he catches his breath, the man feels a strange sensation. His skin begins to rash, and ominous handprints appear around him. A monstrous growl can be heard as an invisible creature roams around. The strange woman from earlier appears and stops the man from being caught, holding their breath and avoiding the being's patrol. In the sky, silhouettes of these beings can be seen, disappearing with the rain. Our protagonist's name is Sam Porter Bridges, the man who delivers. The strange woman is known as Fragile. Sam knows her from something called Fragile Express. She was trying to avoid the rain as well. She calls it timefall, and it's clear from the rapidly decomposing animals, the effects on human skin, and her dialogue that timefall rapidly ages anything it touches. She tries to recruit Sam before heading out, but he has no interest and prefers making deliveries on his own with no strings attached to anyone else. She tells Sam that she will see him around, then teleports into thin air. Afterwards, Sam continues to Central Knot City to turn in his delivery, but after turning in his delivery just outside of city limits, he's alerted that he has a special commission. Outside, Igor from Bridges Corpse Disposal meets him. Corpse Disposal's job is to dispose of a corpse at the northern incinerator before it necrotizes and causes a mass explosion. But he's short on time and needs to take a route infested with BTs, the ghostly beings from earlier. That's why Igor asks for Sam, due to his doom's special ability to see or sense BTs. With his help and the bridge baby, he believes the journey should be much easier. On the way to the incinerator, Igor describes the good old days before everyone started holding up in their cities, hiding from the timefall and the BTs, creating the need for couriers like Sam to make deliveries. On the way, the mission goes south when their vehicle stalls out in BT territory. Igor's bridge baby malfunctions, exacerbating the issue, and as if no one can see him, a man in black wearing a golden mask points towards them. Igor unequips his bridge baby and tells Sam to run, trying to shoot himself before he's taken away, but fails. He is then dragged into the air by an unseen force. Igor continues to try to kill himself before he's taken, stabbing himself in the chest repeatedly, but it's to no avail, as once he reaches the top, a giant BT consumes him and explodes into a brilliant light.
Abandoned bridges falling down, my fair lady.
Can you hear me? Steady.
Once there was an explosion. A bang which gave rise to life as we know it. And then came the next explosion. An explosion that will be our last.
Sam awakens in a panic, having no clue where he is, and cuffed to his bed. A man named Deadman introduces himself and releases his cuffs. He reveals to Sam that he's in the Bridges facility, humanity's best hope for the future, or avoiding extinction. It's been 2 days since the explosion. Deadman tells Sam that he's a repatriate, a person with the rare ability to return to life after death by guiding their soul back to their body through a place called the Seam, a limbo-like state between the living world and the afterlife. While asleep, Deadman and his team were running tests on him and collecting fluid samples. Sam asks him what happened to everyone else, and Deadman lets him know that he and his malfunctioning BB unit were the only survivors. The corpse disposal team, Bridges headquarters, and the rest of Central Knot City were caught in the explosion, leaving a barren crater. The rest of Bridges relocated to Capital Knot City, which is where they're currently located. With a bit of relief, Deadman explains that fortunately, the director of Bridges and the support team were out of town at the time, leaving the chain of command largely intact, but currently things are a mess. Deadman tells Sam that he has a job for him, an urgent delivery of morphine for the president. Sam's confused, saying, "What president? America's gone." Deadman shakes his head and says America lives on, and explains that currently, the president is in the final stages of cancer, in critical condition. Sam finds the delivery request odd, as the place where the president is being held will for sure already have the morphine they need. He asks for the truth. Deadman simply tells him that the president has asked to see Sam personally. In the president's hospital room, Sam meets an old acquaintance and the director of Bridges, Di Hardman. It's also revealed that the president is Sam's mother, Bridget.
Sam, I knew you'd come back. Are you doing all right? Yeah, I know you hate me. Amelie.
Amelie.
You remember Amelie went west. Took her 3 years to cross. She's trying to rebuild the country.
Still going on about that, huh?
You're the one I wanted to send, Sam. Time's running out. Help Amelie. She needs you. Together, you can help us reconnect. You can make America whole. Sam, if we don't all come together again, humanity will not survive.
We don't need a country. Not anymore.
We do. Alone, we have no future.
No, America's finished. Bridget, you're the president of jack shit.
Sam, listen to me. Please. So you are willing to help me?
No, I
love you, Sam. I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
Madam President!
Die Hardman fears that bridges will fall apart if word breaks out that the president is dead, so he commands that it doesn't leave this room. With the corpse disposal team dead and the route to the incinerator destroyed in the explosion, Die Hardman gives Sam the task to take the president's body through BT-infested territory to the incinerator before she necrotizes and causes another void out. Once at the incinerator, Sam places the president into it. He's also asked to dispose of some other cargo while he's there. When he takes a look at it, it's revealed that it's Igor's BB, tagged for disposal due to its failure to perform during the Central Knot City incident. Sam is hesitant and argues that it's still alive. Deadman explains that it can't be repaired and it's unable to live outside of the pod. Pity it all he wants, but the BB has to go. But before any decision can be made, the power shuts off. Sam then senses BTs surrounding the area. When the power comes back, Die Hardman explains that the chiralium levels in the area are spiking. Deadman explains that even if Sam is to repatriate, if he's caught by a BT, he will trigger another void out, leaving this place a crater as well. Sam can feel he's surrounded, but he can't see the BTs and needs to leave the area quickly. In a last-ditch effort, Sam plugs himself into the faulty BB, hoping it'll work. Luckily, it responds to the connection, and Sam successfully sneaks his way through the horde of BTs and makes it back to the city with BB's help. Deadman exclaims that it's a miracle the two of them made it back, as when someone with dooms hooks up to a BB, their feelings and memories cause feedback, amplifying their fear and stress. Deadman believes the BB unit has been pushed past its limit and disposal is the only option. Sam disconnects himself from the BB, but after looking at him, he reconnects. BB seems happy and something of a bond begins to form. Deadman is confused why Sam is still connected to the BB unit. Clearly annoyed, he tells Deadman to fuck off and hands him the BB, telling him everyone owes BB their life. Deadman nods in agreement and lets him know he will look after him. Sam then heads to his private room and gets some rest.
It's almost time to go, Sam. Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you.
The next day, Sam is asked to head to the president's office to meet. There, Die Hardman tries to convince Sam that his mother's dream of reconstructing America isn't dead, introducing him to the face of their new America.
Amelie.
My mother may be gone, but I'm here. And you, Sam? You're here too.
Been 10 years since you saw each other, right? And in all that time, she hasn't aged a day.
He knows why. My body's still on the beach. I don't get to grow older. But you do, Sam. You look good.
So you're serious then about reconnecting everyone and everything?
Someone has to succeed Bridget, Sam. More importantly, someone has to carry on her legacy and see our country rebuilt. Samantha America Strand, our new president. A new beginning for our people, for our nation. Under Emily's leadership, we'll re-establish the UCA, the United Cities of America. This is how we'll rebuild our country. But we'll need your help to do it, Sam.
No, I'm through with this. I said my goodbyes to all of you when I said them to Bridget.
We never forgot about you, Sam. You ran away. You cut us off.
Years ago, Amelie put together an expedition and went west, leading Bridges 1 through BTs and craters. Bridges 1 went from community to community to convince them to join the UCA, leaving some of their people behind. This process took 3 years, eventually ending on the west coast at Edge Knot City. But things took a turn when Amelie was taken by the Homo Demons, a militant separatist group that runs Edge Knot City. Sam says he's heard stories about them, calling them terrorists who kill people to get their way, leaving craters in their wake. Sam and Die Hardman believe it's likely that the Homo Demons set up the void out that took out Central Knot City. In order to preserve their independence, the Homo Demons took Amelie hostage as insurance, giving her free reign in Edge Knot City as long as she doesn't leave. Amelie understands that not everyone will agree with their vision of the future, but she believes that America must come back together if they're all to survive. Die Hardman wants Sam to continue Amelie's work and head west. The Bridges members that were left behind have been hard at work setting up the chiral network terminals, but each terminal is still isolated and he needs Sam to bring them online, and he asks Sam to find Amelie and bring her home once he reaches Edge Knot City. Afterwards, Amelie plans on taking over the presidency and carry on her mother's work to save the country. Sam denies the request, saying he is Sam Porter Bridges and no longer a Strand. He doesn't want to get involved with their plan or anyone else ever again. Amelie tries to stop Sam from leaving, but she's just a chirogram, a hologram of herself projected from an Edge Knot City. Die Hardman chases after Sam and asks him to listen. He emphasizes how badly America needs the both of them and asks him to take it easy and get some rest, as he doesn't need to commit to anything at this very moment. Before heading out, Deadman catches up to both of them, letting him know that he's performed maintenance on the BB, fine-tuning him for Sam's benefit. He believes that for once, a BB and someone with dooms is a good combination, or perhaps the two of them have some sort of unique affinity for each other. The next day, Die Hardman meets with Sam to hear his answer. Sam says he has no interest in connecting anything or making knots, but he will do what he has to help Amelie out. Die Hardman then explains the plan. The terminals Amelie's people built in the areas they pass through are called knots. The current infrastructure is only capable of transmitting voice and a small amount of data. With the Cupid given to him, Sam should be able to connect to the terminal and connect them to the chiral network. In the process, connecting everyone to each other, but also their past. Lost and fragmented junk data will be compiled and restored. He compares it to bringing a dinosaur back to life from a fossil. All the wisdom and knowledge lost since the Death Stranding will be theirs again. That is how Bridges plans to rebuild America. Sam's first objective is to extend the chiral network all the way to Port Knot City to the west, boosting the signal by turning on other terminals on the way. But while on the road, BB begins to act strangely after being used to avoid some BTs. Sam stops at the next terminal to have Deadman do maintenance. There he explains BB was malfunctioning due to an excess amount of stress caused by their journey. All that needs to be done is to return BB to its mother's womb in Capital Knot City. Sam's confused for a second, and Deadman reiterates BB's still mother. Still mother womb acts as a connection between the world of the dead and the BB. From there, Sam connects to the BB, giving him the ability to sense BTs. The pods the BBs live in are designed to simulate the conditions inside a still mother's womb. In order to function properly, the BB must believe it's in one at all times. But this has its limits as well. So in order to keep up the charade, Sam must hook up BB to an incubator periodically so it can resync with the still mother womb back in Capital Knot City using the chiral network to update. Sam's glad to see BB's looking better, but Deadman reminds him that BBs are just equipment and he shouldn't get attached. No BB has remained in service for over a year. He fears that it may need to be retired before Sam's journey is over. Sam wonders if there's anything can be done. Deadman explains that there's still a great deal they don't know about BBs, but as they expand the chiral network and recover past data, perhaps they'll find answers.
London Bridge is falling down, falling down, falling down. London Bridge is falling down, my fair lady. Sam? Can you see me?
How are things over there?
Still not under guard, still not chained up, still can't leave. But if you can keep making connections, if you can get to me, we can go back east, back home. Thank you. I mean that. It's bad. There are fewer and fewer people in the cities these days. No one's having children anymore. But humans aren't made for living alone. They're supposed to come together, to help one another. And if we as a people can't do that, if we can't reconnect, then, well, it's like Bridget said, extinction.
Come on. Rebuilding America isn't gonna get rid of the BTs. As long as they're still around, there's no escaping it.
But at least we'll have hope. I'll be waiting, Sam. Waiting for you. Come and find me.
As Sam journeys further west, it's discovered while testing his bodily fluids, his repatriate blood acts as a repellent to BTs. Bridges then is able to weaponize the new discovery, giving Sam the ability to fight back against these monstrosities. Eventually, Sam and BB make it to Port Knot City and connect to the chiral network. Next, the plan is to cross the lake and continue the journey west, using a boat provided by the Fragile Express. But on the way to the docks, timefall envelops the city, and BTs begin to harass Sam. That is,
until a man appears.
The name's Higgs, the particle of God that permeates all existence. Ah, so it was you that dragged him into all this. Bloodied but unbowed. What's that? Bridget Strand is dead. America's last president dead and burned. Oh, and now the girl's been chosen to take Mommy's place. Well, that won't wash. She's not cut out for politics, is she? Oh, but don't worry. I'll find her. And I'll keep her real safe. You see, I've come to understand the truth of the Death Stranding. Oh, there's so much you people don't know. The girl, for instance, she's not like you or me. Dooms ain't her thing. And she's more into destruction on a worldwide scale. An extinction entity. Oh, it's so hard to form connections when you can't shake hands. Fortunately, I've got a good connection to the other side. Now you're no bridge. But me, I'm bound to all of it. This world, that world, and our sweet little angel of death. You're on the menu. All it'll take is one itty-bitty void out to blow us all to kingdom come. So how about it? Aren't you getting tired of the grind? Isn't this what you've been waiting for this whole time? A game over.
Using the newly invented anti-BT grenades, Sam is able to destroy the summoned BT and banish it to the other side, the first human in history to do so.
Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you. Did you forget how to go home? Come on. I'll take you halfway. And then you can do the rest by yourself. Better now? I'll be waiting for you on the beach. Come and find me. We used to play together a lot in this place.
You brought me here. I couldn't make the trip on my own.
So long as you have a body to return to, You can't come and go as you please.
So you can't just come back east through here?
Not until you make us whole again, Sam. I'll be waiting for you on the beach. Come and find me.
While boarding the ship, Sam and Fragile discuss what happened. The man who attacks' name is Higgs, a level 7 Dooms user with the ability to control BTs. In the past, Fragile and Higgs were business partners, but from her description of events, at some point he changed. With the Fragile Express's help, Sam successfully makes it across the lake to Lake Knot City. While there, he immediately connects the city to the chiral network. Amelie congratulates Sam for making it so far and gives him a rundown on the situation in the area. The area used to be comprised of 3 main areas: Lake, Middle, and South Knot cities. Fragile Express contracted with all 3 cities and kept supplies moving and people connected. But 1 year ago, a separatist group carried out an attack, detonating nukes in both Middle and South Knot City. Low on resources and unable to create new knots in time, Die Hardman suggests working with the locals and preppers to join the UCA and help extend the chiral network further west. Sam believes that those living in this area most likely want nothing to do with the UCA, but that's where Fragile Express comes in. Since the people in the area worked with her in the past, Die Hardman suggests using Fragile Express's credentials to get in good with the locals. The next morning, Fragile meets with Sam to give him his first delivery and his Fragile Express identification. As long as he has it, the preppers around the area shouldn't give him any trouble. She explains that they were the only people making deliveries in the area until Higgs ruined everything. She sees helping Sam and the UCA as a way to get back at him. She also offers to teleport Sam to any location connected to the chiral network by using her ability to jump across space using her beach. A beach is a metaphysical realm between life and death, a kind of limbo or afterlife, unique to each person's soul. As Sam travels the area connecting the preppers, he learns a bit more about what happened a year ago. It seems as though some people think Fragile caused the explosion in Middle Knot City and has ties to the terrorists. Others see her as a hero and don't believe the rumors. The next time Sam sees Fragile, he confronts her to find out the truth. After the death of her father, Higgs showed up with a business proposition to form a partnership so that they could deliver from coast to coast. Things were good, but about a year ago, the separatists began to act up and hijacked Fragile Express, now delivering guns and bombs instead of medicine, all under her nose. And Higgs was behind it all. Higgs tricked her into delivering a nuke into the center of Middle Knot City. Once she found out the truth, she tried to stop the bomb in South Knot City, but she was only able to save half the city. She doesn't care about bridges or rebuilding America. She only wishes to stop Higgs from destroying her father's legacy any further. On one of Sam's orders, the system has issues processing. A strange man from Bridges walks out and apologizes and hands Sam a suspicious-looking package, claiming it was tagged wrong and meant for Fragile. On the way to his destination, Sam takes a moment to rest. While resting, he relives the moment with the stranger and realizes something is off. Waking up in a panic, now realizing the man he was speaking to was Higgs. Fragile teleports into the room, wondering what's wrong. Sam informs her on what happened, and Fragile gets a bad feeling. She quickly runs out of the room to bring in the package meant for her. Once she opens the package, she quickly backs away in horror. It's another nuke, just like before, meant for the remaining portion of South Knot City. She notices the timer's already started and there isn't much left. She tells Sam that their only option is to ditch the nuke into the tar pit near South Knot City. She claims it's damn near bottomless and it's their only hope. Sam makes his way to the pit as fast as possible and tosses the nuke deep into the tar pit with little time to spare. On the shore, Sam and Fragile take time to reflect on what just happened. Fragile tells Sam that he saved South Knot City and did more than she ever could. Sam tells her that maybe there wasn't a way to save Middle Knot City, but South Knot City is still intact thanks to both of their efforts. Fragile stays silent and sits down, staring off into the distance. Sam kneels nearby and asks her what happened 1 year ago.
I followed the delivery truck and somehow managed to carry the bomb to safety. But Higgs had been on to me from the start. He caught me red-handed outside the gates, Nuke still cradled in my arms like a child. So, as punishment, he strips me down to nothing. And then he makes it rain.
Listen up, Fragile. I got a proposition for you. Do you want to live out your days as damaged goods? Or would you rather take damage for the goods?
Get to the point.
All right. If all you want is to save yourself, you just have to jump. However, if you want to see this altruistic streak of yours through, then you'll have to carry my nuke to the bottomless pit and toss it in. Oh, sure, you'll be the city's savior. But you will have to walk naked through Timefall to do it. Trade a lot of your time for a little bit of the city's? Hell, seems like a fair exchange to me.
Truth is, I don't much care for my face. That's why I hide it. Oh, but you... Oh, you just love yours, don't you? I bet Daddy was real proud. Oh. Don't worry. I won't mess it up. See, I want your face to be a kind of testament. Yeah.
Why did you do it? Why did you betray me?
Because I found someone who completes me. Someone who doesn't need me to wear a mask. Oh. Word to the wise. Even if you do save South Knot, you'll always be the nut job who blew up Middle Knot. Oh, and that pretty face of yours will always be remembered as the face of a terrorist. They'll never stop hunting you. Believe me, I know. Oh, they can slap a sticker on you, but you're still gonna break in transit. Oh. So, what's it gonna be?
I'll take the damage and the goods. I don't break that easy.
Well, good luck with that.
I'll take the damage and the goods. I don't break that easy. I'll take the damage and the goods. I don't break that easy. Because I'm fragile, but I'm not that fragile.
After hearing the full story, Sam tells Fragile that she's indeed a hero and did the right thing, but she doesn't believe it herself, as she regrets not saving herself in the moment instead, her body now damaged from the timefall. Sam disagrees, saying she saved the city and gave people hope, but she doesn't really listen and says the only person she wants to save is Higgs, to get revenge and find out the real reason he betrayed her. Afterwards, Sam finishes his delivery to South Knot City and brings it online to the chiral network. Amelie congratulates him and says he's halfway there, halfway to making us whole again. She says she has something to tell Sam, but her connection suddenly gets disconnected. Die Hardman claims it might be an issue with the old lines, as Amelie is using them to transfer her call, and hopes it isn't anything too serious. Right after, one of Sam's handlers jumps on the line. She informs him that there's a large chiral spike in the area. It may be the cause of the spotty service in the area. Die Hardman asks Sam to head outside and check it out. Outside, the area is engulfed in incredibly strong winds. In the distance, Sam notices a giant supercell hovering over the city. He tries to get his footing, but is lifted off by the high-speed winds into the sky, disappearing into nothing. Sam awakens, transported to a battlefield of the dead in eternal conflict. In trying to find a way back and get out of the line of fire, Sam ends up diving into a nearby trench. Then, his head begins to ring, and he has visions of a familiar stranger. The stranger whispers to himself that he can't remember and calls out to BB. This stranger is seen multiple times throughout Death Stranding. Every time, Sam connects himself to BB, reliving their memories. Clearly, there's some sort of connection to this man in the past. Sam mentioned the visions to Deadman, and he took it upon himself to find out more about BB. But as he searched further into it, he found no service record or history. At this point, BB's past is a mystery. The stranger hunts down Sam, and he even tries to take BB away from him when he gets in close. Sam has another vision from BB's perspective of this same man triggering an alarm as he carries BB somewhere. A soldier calls out to him out of vision and tells him to drop it before Sam snaps out of it and reawakens back outside the bridge's facility. Mama reaches out to Sam and asks if everything's okay. She tells him that the second Sam left the facility, the storm and its chiral density blipped out. He tells her that he remembers being dragged into a storm and went to some kind of war zone. She sounds confused, as communications between the two were only down for a few seconds. But to him, it felt like hours. She thinks Sam should get some rest, but he decides to go ahead and meet Mama at her place, near South Knot City. Die Hardman explains that Mama was part of the Cupid R&D team, the USB-like necklace Sam wears to connect the terminals to the chiral network. From the start, Mama had concerns about the Cupid's long-term viability, and they may be the cause of the strange phenomenon Sam just experienced. Hopefully, by visiting her, it may lead to more answers.
Don't worry, Sam. She doesn't bite. Glad you made it.
Years ago, Mama's child was due. She was awaiting in the hospital for a C-section, but that's when the terrorists attacked, collapsing the building. Pinned in the rubble, her only option was to wait, drinking timefall rain to keep herself alive. She gave birth to her child, but as she describes, instead of bringing life into the world, she brought death. Her child's life was the price she paid in order to survive, and now her child's a BT and bound to her mother. In Mama's lab, she goes over the readings during the supercell with Sam, showing him exactly what she saw on her end. Sam still doesn't believe it. Then Mama shows him the recording on his personal cufflinks. The sounds of a raging battlefield can easily be heard. The data is still being analyzed by HQ, but her personal guess is that Sam was trapped between two different space-times. During their conversation, they experience another chiral spike, upsetting Mama's baby. Lately, she's become more restless and scared. She believes the other side wants her back. Possibly, she wants to go back. She explains that chiral density increases in the areas tied to the chiral network, but the numbers are way higher than she projected. At this point, in Death Stranding, chiralium or chiral matter has been mentioned constantly throughout the journey. Chiral matter is akin to dark matter, but it was unperceivable until the Death Stranding. This matter is in the atmosphere and causes timefall and is connected to BTs. Chiralium is its crystallized form, commonly found in areas with timefall or void-out explosions. This material is unaffected by the effects of timefall and is commonly used in many of the tools and structures in this world. Mama mentions that Bridges acknowledges the potential problem, so she installed limiters to keep the Cupid's chiral levels in check. Sam asks if they keep connecting the network, if they'll experience more strange phenomena. Mama simply responds maybe, or they may cause another Death Stranding. Mama's plan is to change out Sam's faulty Cupid, as it seems like the limiter isn't working, but the software it runs on needs to be updated. But the code's writer, Lochna, is located in Mountain Knot City. Die Hardman contacts Sam through Terminal and explains the best way to get to Mountain Knot City. Sam asks if there's been any word from Amelie, but Die Hardman sighs and says nothing so far. They just have to hope that she's okay and continue their work. It's what she would have wanted. When Sam makes it to Mountain Knot City, he's greeted by Lochna. Sam is initially confused as she looks and sounds just like Mama. She's upset by Sam's appearance. She tells him that they want nothing to do with Bridges and to take a hike. Mountain Knot City wants no part in the UCA or the chiral network, believing it's dangerous. Once Sam realizes who he's talking to, he tries to get her to listen to him and begs for help, but she tells him to go away and cuts the communication. Die Hardman calls Sam and reveals that Lochna is Mama's twin sister. Both are scientific geniuses with dooms. Mama was the one who designed the Cupid hardware, and it was Lochna who designed the software. The chiral network wouldn't exist without them, but after Mama's accident, they had a falling out. Lochna left Bridges and cut off all contact. He has no idea what happened back then, but maybe by investigating, he can find a clue on how to bring Lochna around.
Sam. Thanks for coming back. Got something for you. These are your new cufflinks. They still work as a terminal, but I've added a weapon function. I was able to redesign everything from the ground up after the last connection.
And they're weapons too now.
That's right. Cord cutters. I should explain. BTs are connected to the other side via umbilical cords, right? When those cords bring the matter of our world into contact with the antimatter of theirs, boom. Void out. But, just as Deadman theorized, your blood does have unique properties. It can be used to cut a BT's cord. So, I've added that function. Cut the cord of the BT, and it returns to the world of the dead. No BT, no void out. Win-win.
These things can cut them loose.
If you can get close enough without them noticing, yes.
Cord snipping super handcuffs.
Right. Let's try them out. Cut the cord connecting us. She's sound asleep. I made sure she got plenty of milk. Just do it. Please, Sam. Set us free. This world was never hers, but all the same, I didn't want her to leave it. Even though she's already lost. Truth is, she's not really my daughter.
The attack and everything, that was all a lie?
No, that part was true. My ovaries can't produce eggs, and Lochna has trouble with her uterus. Long story short, neither of us can have children. I was alright with it. I mean, children, who needs them, I thought. But my sister thought differently. Lochna wanted a child, someone to carry her genes. She fell in love with another member of Bridges, but he died in an accident. She was devastated, of course, as was I. Back then, strong emotions like that, I could feel hers, and she could feel mine. When I sensed her desire to join him, to end it, I went to her and said, let's have a baby. We took one of Lochna's eggs and fertilized it with his frozen sperm. And I carried it to term. A healthy baby grew inside me. But then there was the attack. And our bond was severed. I wanted to tell her. But I was bound to the child. I couldn't just abandon her. But I was wrong. Lochna needs to know. You have to break some ties to forge others. Can't be tied to everything. If we're going to reconnect the world, I need to reconnect with my sister first. So please, Sam. Do it.
After severing her tie with her daughter, Mama asks Sam to take her to Lochna. But on the way, Sam is harassed by Higgs once again, summoning a lion-like BT to attack him and Mama. After dealing with the BT, Sam and Mama continue their journey. Mama confides in him about how she feels and the things she fears. She even reveals that her and Lochna were conjoined twins, separated with surgery, but throughout their life, they still felt connected, even sharing a beach. Their ability to communicate and feel between long distances is what inspired them to create the Cairo network, in hopes that the rest of the world could connect like them. But after the incident, the connection between the two was severed, and Mama felt truly alone.
Lincoln, no. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I love you so much. I love you so much. It's good to hear your voice again. I shouldn't have kept you in the dark. Tried to save her. I couldn't. You don't have to say it anymore. Look, man. You need to fix his Cupid. I couldn't save our child, but you can save our world. Only you. I love you. You hear me? Forever. And always. Now, make the world whole, okay? Just like you make me. All that she went through, I had no idea. I thought she'd severed our bond on purpose, that she stole our child and ran. I fixed your Cupid like she asked. The limiter should be functioning properly now. There is one thing. Before I sat down to work, I took a long, hard look at the code. I'm pretty sure someone's tweaked it. Either that, or my memory's going to pieces.
Someone rewrote your code?
Rewrote might be overstating it. Let's just say it wasn't the latest version I released. And yet, because of it, I was finally reunited with Lincoln. Could be we found our culprit already. She died beneath the rubble, with our child still inside her. Her Ka passed over to the other side, but her Ha remained, bound to our dead daughter. She knew all of this, of course. That's why she kept one cuff loose. Didn't want anyone seeing her vitals. Shame she couldn't use her favorite invention. She did all that to keep me and our daughter safe. I can hear you. We're whole again. We're one. Like before in the womb, remember? Lingen. Lochna.
Well done, Sam.
After the sisters' reunion, Die Hardman congratulates Sam on a job well done. He also updates him that they've analyzed the data from the temporal phenomenon. As far as they can tell, Sam was sent to a World War I battlefield. Most likely Sam was sent to a beach, but Die Hardman has never heard of one that took shape of a battlefield. He thinks Hartman, the beach expert, will have a more rational explanation, but for now, he asks Sam to get some rest before his next mission.
Lou? Ooh, looking for this? Surprise. Fragile warped me here. I finally got to visit the beach. Well, her beach. Don't worry, I didn't come all this way for the sightseeing. Your beloved BB has a serious issue.
Deadman re-explains how BBs work to Sam, focusing on how they're bridges between the realm of life and death. But recently, BB, now named Lou by Sam, has been leaning further and further towards the realm of the living, towards Sam himself. Sam sounds happy to hear it and even calls Lou his partner, but Deadman argues that it's a tool and not a human being. Due to all of this, Lou is turning into a living being, gaining weight, increasing brain activity, and accumulating memories, becoming an actual self-aware child. Sam feels like this isn't an issue at all, but again, Deadman calls Lou hardware, manufactured for a purpose it can't fulfill outside of the pod, emphasizing that there's a 70% risk of catastrophic failure by even removing Lou from their pod. But it doesn't even matter, as Lou will cease functioning in a matter of days. The only way to fix things is to reset it, by leaving Lou with Deadman so he can perform an operation that will realign Lou back between the world of the living and dead. But this process may wipe Lou's memories. Sam doesn't like the sound of wiping Lou's memories, but it's their only option. As Deadman takes Lou back forcefully, Lou ejects fluid all over him. Sounding annoyed, Deadman walks into Sam's shower to clean himself, but he gives Sam an odd look and walks into the shower, fully clothed. Sam joins Deadman in the shower, and he quickly and quietly explains that no one should be able to spy on them in the shower, and that Die Hardman can't know anything about this conversation. Deadman has been investigating the first BB experiments. Officially, they were suspended after a void out, which claimed the then acting president's life. But the experiments continued in secret, under the orders from Bridget Strand. She not only wanted to use them as BT detectors, but also incorporate them into the chiral network to facilitate travel to the beach. But none of her plans ever came into fruition, and BB Tech has even fallen into terrorist hands. The two of them wonder what Die Hardman has to do with everything, as they don't truly know his identity or how long he's worked for Bridget Strand. There's still more to this mystery, but right now, Die Hardman has the only clearance. But maybe, by connecting more of the chiral network, Deadman will be able to find more clues. He tells Sam to be careful as he's being watched, then leaves the room. Next, Sam takes some orders from Die Hardman to connect local preppers to the chiral network, while Deadman works on fixing up Lou. On Sam's travels, he delivers a camera with photographs of studying some ancient cave paintings. Hartman analyzes them and notices the appearance of dolphins. But the cave where the paintings were found would have been further away from the coast than they are now, making it very unlikely that the painter encountered dolphins in their lifetime. It's more likely that they encountered BTs, not dolphins, making him believe that the Death Stranding is not the first of its kind. In history, scientists agree that there have been, so far, 5 mass extinction events. What if this painter was documenting their own extinction? This would prove many of Hartman's theories, and thinks you'll find out more once Sam arrives to connect them to the chiral network. After Sam is done with the rest of his deliveries, Deadman asks him to meet him in a cabin northeast of Mountain Knot City, as he's currently stuck, as another giant supercell is headed for the city. But when Sam arrives, he witnesses the supercell stopping at Deadman's location. He tries to warn Sam, but he's carried off and teleported to another reality. Deadman awakens in an ongoing war zone, fearing for his life. He hides in the nearby sewers, and that's when he catches a glimpse of the man Sam spoke of, who was hunting down BB. We then cut to Sam, who awakens in the same battlefield, surrounded by an ongoing firefight. Deadman reaches out via cufflink and gives him his location, using nearby landmarks. He informs Sam on what he's seen so far and suggests taking out the mysterious man may be their only ticket out of there. Sam doesn't know if that'll work, but he heads to Deadman so he can get Lou back and use them to track down the stranger. When Sam arrives, he gets Lou from Deadman, but they're not responding. Also, when he connects to Lou, they no longer share a wave of memories. It seems as though whatever Deadman did ended up wiping their memories and connection. Sam asks Deadman to wait in his hiding spot while he and Lou head out to confront the stranger. After defeating him, the stranger talks to himself, saying that it was all his fault and that he never should have put BB in that prison. Once he closes in on Sam, he tries to take Lou away from him. In the struggle, Sam rips off one of his dog tags and a memory triggers, just like before. From BB's perspective, it shows a stranger wounded and crawling. Voices can be heard outside, yelling to breach the door. Sam awakens in his room and immediately gets up to check in on Lou. Deadman brought them both here after they were released from the stranger's beach. He then seizes the moment to apologize to Sam. After discovering some files about Sam's history, he realized the name Lou was the name he was going to give his child if he'd made it. Sam claims he doesn't know what he's talking about, but Deadman goes on. 10 years ago, a young pregnant woman suddenly died in the middle of a town. Nobody realized it until it was too late, triggering a void out. The young woman's husband had dooms. He tried to reach her in time, but the city was wiped off the map, leaving only him alive. Because he was a repatriate, this man was the only witness, and the people wanted answers, even suggesting that the husband hid his wife's body on purpose. He was easy to blame, and they did, eventually even blaming Bridges. Feeling responsible, the man left Bridges, cutting all ties. Sam continues to claim it didn't happen, but Deadman continues to go on, angering Sam. He then asks Sam to calm down and sit. Deadman explains to Sam that he's an artificial human, grown from stem cells. When created, the spark of life didn't manifest in all of his organs, so they replaced the defective ones with those of the dead. He has no birthday, no soul, no beach, no connections. But it wasn't until he was transported to the beach that Deadman realized he did have a connection, because no matter how horrifying the beach was, he knew deep inside Sam would come for him. Since the incident, Sam has disconnected himself from others, facing everything alone. Deadman believes that if he had stayed, the people back then could have faced it with him. While talking, Sam notices the tar-covered dog tags on his table. Deadman says he was holding them when he returned. They belong to a Clifford Unger. So far, all he knows is that he was a Special Forces war veteran. That's all for now. Afterwards, Sam's next objective is to connect the beach expert, Dr. Hartman, to the chiral network. While showering, Hartman contacts Sam and goes over what they've learned from his recordings while facing Clifford Unger. He explains that everyone's bodies occupy the same world, but everyone's souls have beaches, each beach shaped by the person's personal experience. As a result, a beach can practically be anything. However, if many people die at once, exacerbated by times of war, their beaches can become entangled, creating the phenomenon Sam experienced. He does find it odd that Unger's beach would reflect World War II Eastern Europe, as he clearly played no part in it. Maybe after connecting Hartman to the chiral network, he'll find out more. Hartman asks for Sam to bring Mama's corpse along, as she's shown signs of being immune to necrotization and requires further study.
Hartman?
Administering shock. Stand clear.
Hartman is a beach expert. Every day, he's in a constant cycle of life and death. Every 21 minutes, his heart stops. From there, he spends 3 minutes on the beach, then returns. His heart is resuscitated by the mechanism he wears. After losing his family, Hartman became obsessed with seeing them again, believing his family may be somewhere out there on the beach. Sam wonders why he's doing all this just to say goodbye, and Hartman explains his fear that if everyone's beach is different, what if everyone's afterlife is different as well? And the thought horrified him, which is why he decided to find his family and make sure he moves on with them. Sam relates to Hartman telling him that he lost his family in an accident as well. Hartman is surprised to see Sam opening up. He says he read his file and sympathizes with him. He explains that he was out of town having heart surgery, but while he was in the hospital, his family was caught in a void out back home. The explosion knocked out the power and his life support. That's when he awoke on the beach. He was surrounded by all those who were lost to the void outs. In the distance, he could see his wife and child moving on into the afterlife. As he tried to reach out to them, The ICU's backup generator kicked in, and he was brought back to life via defibrillator. Hartman then takes time to look at Mama's corpse, fascinated that she's not decomposing, stuck in time. He then searches the corpse looking for something. He finds a vial containing an umbilical cord, but not that of a mother and child. It looks similar to that of a BT's tether. While Hartman does some research, he asks Sam to connect some of his colleagues to the chiral network. Once they're connected, he can head back and continue their research on the Death Stranding. While connecting one of Hartman's colleagues, it's discovered that the source of chiralium can be found dating back before the dawn of man. This proves that all major extinction events on Earth were accompanied by the appearance of beaches. This is further proven when another one of Hartman's colleagues discovers an ammonite fossil that has an umbilical cord.
Thank you, Sam. In reclaiming our past, we've uncovered a number of vital clues. Don't worry, I just got back. We have time. When you met with Mama, you experienced a strong antigen-antibody reaction, correct?
There was a BT in the room.
There was, but something else may have been causing it. I've discovered large quantities of chiral matter in Mama as well. Not just the usual kind that collects on our skin or on our suits. It's in all her cells. Cells that are no longer active. The BT you encountered there was special. It was her child, but also her own soul. Somehow, her car and half failed to separate. They must have remained connected through the umbilical cord. It's the only explanation.
Is that why I didn't get a bruise where she touched me?
Yes, and there's more.
10 seconds to cardiac arrest. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I modified the log times. Headquarters will have no record of what we say. Look, a message from Dead Man. It came with the umbilical cord.
Sam, I'm sorry. You deserve to know what you were carrying. But I couldn't risk Die Hardman finding out about the case. So I had no choice but to keep it off the books. You've got to keep this between us. We still don't know if the director can be trusted. The umbilical cord was taken from Bridget Strand. I removed it in secret. The cord wasn't attached to a fetus. It was outside her body. She asked me to take care of it. Said it was the key to unlocking the Death Stranding. But she insisted that I never tell the director. The cord shows no sign of decomposition or necrotization. Almost as if it's frozen in time. I thought Hartman might be able to make sense of it, so I had it hidden with your cargo at Mountain Knot City.
Deadman's observations were accurate. It's just like Mama's corpse.
What do you mean?
I mean, they share a very unique property. Both contain large amounts of chiralium in their cells. In other words, the President's cord was somehow connected to the beach, and that allowed it to escape the flow of time. I've put together the bones of a theory. It's patchy, but worth sharing, I think. Life on Earth has been rocked by many extinctions, great and small, including the Big Five. And if you examine the Earth's strata, its history, if you will, you'll find chiralium deposits that can be dated to each. What if the manifestation of beaches and other associated phenomena correspond to extinction-level events?
You mean?
Yes. Our Death Stranding could just be the latest of many. The records and research you helped us to recover strongly suggest that we are in the middle of the 6th extinction.
6th extinction? Come on.
You know what this is, yes?
A frozen mammoth from 10,000 years ago.
Correct. And this?
The Iceman from 5,300 years ago.
They both have the same umbilical cords.
Bullshit.
Humor me. What if the mammoth and the Iceman weren't frozen?
You're saying time stopped for them just like it did for Mama?
Unfortunately, all these specimens were lost in the Death Stranding, so there's no way to examine the genuine articles. But some fragments of data did survive. With the aid of the chiral network, we may be able to piece together something more concrete using Evo-Devo tech. All right, how's this? A dinosaur from 65.5 million years ago. Umbilical cord, not decomposed.
Only mammals have umbilical cords.
No. Only mammals have umbilical cords used for childbirth. This is something else. Call it a strand from the other side. I propose that mammalian umbilici are a sort of mimesis of the strand that then evolved over time. We shouldn't assume that everything about a Death Stranding is detrimental to life. Trilobites, ammonites, dinosaurs, the mammoth, the Iceman, all preserved as if frozen in time, all without exception found with strands, which is to say that all may have been connected to the beach. And this, when viewed in the context of the extinction entity, EE theory, leads me to surmise that organisms with strands are in fact extinction entities. You see, Sam, EEs are connected to the beach via their strands. And it is through this connection that they somehow bring about a Death Stranding.
So you're saying Bridget was an extinction entity?
It's far too soon to say anything for certain. And since you burned her body, we may never know.
Higgs said Amelie's an EE, that she doesn't have dooms like the rest of us.
Sam, think. Assume that President Strand was an EE. Isn't it possible that her daughter is too? At the very least, Higgs may hope as much now that the president is unavailable.
So he kidnaps her for EE powers or whatever to cause a mass extinction.
Perhaps. Perhaps not. I doubt a single EE is powerful enough to cause a Death Stranding, assuming Amelie is an EE.
Well, Higgs sure thinks she's got what it takes.
Indeed. And we need to get her back as soon as possible.
1 minute remaining. Please hold on to something secure.
Ah, this one is real. Sam, go west.
How do you want me to handle Die Hardman?
With your customary reserve. Nothing good will come of him learning of our suspicions. Whatever else is going on, we still need the chiral network.
Right.
Finally, the time has come to reach Amelie in Edge Knot City. But some time ago, a massive belt of tar appeared out of nowhere, secluding the city, making it impossible to travel with no practical way across. Using some quick thinking, Sam lets himself be captured by a BT, summoning massive BTs and destroyed structures from the past, giving him footing to cross further. Halfway through, Sam sees an image of Amelie waving, but when he gets to her, his pathway disappears and he is dragged deep into the tar.
scare the poor girl away, do you? She's in there. I can smell her. Of course, I wouldn't have known for sure if it wasn't for you and your wonderful network. Bless your heart. And thank you kindly.
Oh, Sam Bridges. Careful. Contents are fragile. Like the world and everything in it. Me, I'm no exception. I'm not the only one wearing masks either. There's your boss man, and that woman, and, oh, let's not forget little you. Okay, it's okay. I know it ain't easy wearing a mask all the time. Now the mask can come off, right? Hey. You remember this? No. Poor, sweet Amelie. She's holed up in the beach nearby. Tell you what say we make it a race? Whoever wins gets to usher in the end of days. Nothing like the eve of extinction. Bring focus to the mind. Makes folks honest. There'll be no need for masks soon. But I wonder, when you look death in her eye, will you blink?
Once Higgs disappears, Sam heads to the Bridges Center just outside of the city and connects it to the chiral network. Die Hardman congratulates Sam as he's made it as far as Bridges 1 ever did. Only one more knot to go. He warns Sam that once he turns on the last terminal, it will reveal Amelie's location to Higgs, so he suggests Sam best get some rest and prepare for the struggle ahead. While resting, Amelie visits Sam. There's a sense of unease and guilt in her words. She asks Sam to finish what they started, and she will meet him outside of the final distribution center. Before she goes, she reveals that she has been hiding things from Sam. She admits everything Higgs said about her is true. She is an extinction entity, but it isn't what she wants to be. She truly wants the world to be whole and connected. She asks Sam to promise her that he won't let her end it all and stop her. Before heading out to the last delivery, Die Hardman asks Sam to take a network key with him in order to fully activate the final terminal. After traveling through the BT-infested city, Sam makes it to the final terminal. As he turns in the cargo, it's very clear that network key is a dormant BB unit. Die Hardman congratulates Sam. Their long mission is now almost over. But first, the new America needs a leader, Amelie.
Everything I needed, Sam. A complete chiral network. Spread all across America. Connecting all them precious little knots. I got the whole world in the palm of my hand.
Five. had 5 mass extinctions, each caused by an extinction entity. And now it's time for number 6. Now, I'm not talking about the death of a few dozen species, no. This is the granddaddy of them all. BT antimatter voiding out all life as we know it. And it wouldn't be possible without a Boy Scout like you, willing to make us whole again. What do you say? Come on! Time to meet your ender.
Amelie?
Sam. The great work is nearly complete. Every knot is joined. Soon, I will merge them and all mankind's beaches into a single shore. And then will come an extinction like no other. More massive than any before it. The last. This is my purpose.
What the hell they do to you?
The last stranding. My reason for being. The first was nothing more than a prelude.
Surely you figured it out by now.
Dooms? People like us? She's the source of it all!
Nightmares that haunt us, the visions of an inescapable future. Sound familiar?
Happy fucking doomsday, Sam! Fuck you!
Sam. Don't you get it?
You can speed this up or slow it down, but you cannot stop what we've started. Even if you beat me, you can't save her. So this is a done deal. They come and get me.
After defeating the giant BT, Amelie appears, still under the control of Higgs. Sam tries to reach out to her, but Higgs opens fire. Lou quickly blocks the bullets using their scanner arm. Higgs gets annoyed and opens fire on Lou, hitting their container directly. Sam checks on Lou, and thankfully the bullets didn't penetrate their case. But Higgs opens fire again, and Sam instinctively turns around, taking the bullets directly, protecting Lou. Higgs then teleports away, with Amelie thrown over his shoulder. Sam bleeds out and dies, then repatriates sometime later. Die Hardman reaches out to Sam, urging him to give chase before Higgs escalates things further. But at this moment, they have no way to go after him. After giving it some thought, Sam realizes they know someone who can teleport to beaches like Higgs, and may know something. Fragile. Sam heads towards the outer city distribution center and calls for Fragile to his room. She believes Sam can make the jump, as he's been to Amelie's beach many times. Sam asks Fragile to take care of Lou if things go wrong, leaving them behind believing it'll be safer. Then, by using Fragile's power and the dream catcher given to him by Amelie, she's able to transport Sam to Amelie's beach. When he arrives, Sam sees Higgs kneeling down to Amelie. Both of them are then surprised to see him, and Higgs quickly retakes control of Amelie, claiming his job is to protect the extinction entity until the slate is wiped clean. He makes it very clear he wants to fight Sam, noting that here on the beach, there are no BTs, no void outs, no repatriation. Die here, and the loser goes on to the afterlife. After a climactic fistfight on the beach, Sam takes Higgs down, keeping him alive, honoring his promise to Fragile. Moments later, Fragile arrives on the beach. As she's about to interrogate Higgs, he reaches out to Amelie and demands more power. She coldly looks back at him, unresponsive. Fragile then punches him across the face and tells him he's broken. Sam then ties up Higgs for Fragile, and she tells Sam that she has something for him. It's Lou. She hands Lou over, claiming she hates babysitting. She then offers to teleport Sam back east, but Amelie then steps in, telling her that they don't need her help, as Sam now has the chiral network and her. Sam thanks Fragile for everything she's done and says they're good now. Clearly dejected, Fragile quickly says goodbye and that there's nothing left to say. Amelie tells Sam that there's a lot of work to do and hurries in the other direction. But Sam stares where Fragile used to be, lost in thought. Amelie notices and asks if he still believes in her. She reinforces that even without Higgs's meddling, she's a walking time bomb. But what she wants is for everyone to be one. Sam knows she's hiding something and asks for the truth. She tells Sam that everything she's done was for America. That is the truth. But then reveals that she's always been able to leave the beach at will, visiting Sam one of the nights he was resting. Knowing Sam's only connection to the world was Amelie, Die Hardman concocted a plan to use her as bait to convince Sam to cross America to try and save her, building the UCA on the way. During their conversation, gunshots can be heard in the distance. From the sound, Sam assumes Fragile finished off Higgs. Amelie understands that Sam has more questions, asks that he holds on to them until they get back east. Amelie tells Sam that her beach goes all the way back home, so the two of them run down its shore until they reach a rock formation. She then asks Sam to wait and walks up the formation until out of sight. Moments later, Sam follows, and when he gets to the top, Amelie is missing. But instead, out in the distance, he sees Die Hardman holding a younger Bridget Strand at gunpoint, telling her that she was supposed to make the world whole, not fuck it all up. Die Hardman opens fire on her, but it's ineffective. She then points to the ocean and says that there's no atonement for them. Out of the water walks Clifford. Die Hardman breaks down into tears at the sight of him and begs for his forgiveness. Clifford removes Die Hardman's mask and stares. His face becomes conflicted as he recognizes the man underneath the mask. Die Hardman continues to apologize, but Clifford moves on to Bridget and points his rifle at her, demanding that she give him back his BB. She tells him that he's looking in the wrong place and points towards the rock formation Sam is standing on. Clifford and his undead soldiers begin to move out to pursue Sam. That's when Amelie reappears. She yells at Cliff to stay back, then pushes Sam into the water below, knocking him out of her beach. Sam wakes up in a panic to Deadman watching over him. He tells Deadman that he saw Bridget on the beach, but Deadman believes that it's impossible, as her body was burned. He also mentions that Cliff was there as well, and he took Die Hardman hostage. Deadman says he's always suspected Die Hardman, but things might be different after all. He explains that this whole time he thought Higgs was controlling Cliff, but with Higgs out of the picture, Cliff is still causing trouble. Deadman believes Cliff might be responsible for all this chaos and most likely holding Amelie and Die Hardman captive on their beach. Sam wants to head out and save Amelie as fast as possible, but he's told he has to head back east before anything can be done. Fragile tunes in as well. She was able to warp everyone back east using her beach, but it's taken quite a toll on her. She warned Sam that he has to head back east on his own, as it is no longer safe to use beaches to teleport anymore. After the network was expanded nationwide, the frequency of chiral spikes is increased, causing a mass instability. Even if Fragile was able to reach the beach, she has no clue where she would end up, or even be able to leave the beach at all. In order to get back to Amelie, Sam needs to reach Fragile back east.
This child's special. One of a kind.
A BB candidate.
Either that, or
a sacrifice.
a foundation. A bridge.
While on the road, Deadman said he would research into Clifford, Die Hardman, and Bridget's connection. It's revealed the BB experiments were continued in secret on the orders of President Bridget Strand. Their primary objective was to create BT detectors and prevent voidouts. But in truth, BBs were conceived as a catalyst to operate the Cairo network, integrated directly into the infrastructure of the Knot cities. This revelation explains why the network activation key for Edge Knot City was a BB unit container. Amelie's Bridges 1 crossed all of America, sacrificing these unborn children at each knot in order to create the base of the Cairo network. Bridget kept this secret close and told people what they wanted to hear, all to make America whole again. But Deadman wonders if it didn't cost a piece of her soul as well. Clifford Unger put his own child in the care of the BB experiment scientists, but he did this completely unaware of their true intentions. When he eventually found out the truth, he tried to reclaim custody, dying in the process. Deadman believes this grudge he has towards Bridget didn't die with her, and is now after anyone close to her or director Die Hardman, driven to reclaim his lost child, dragging a battlefield from hell alongside him. Hartman believes that since Amelie is an extinction entity, her beach presides above all the rest. Clifford can trigger the last stranding, summoning a flood of BTs to wash across the world, causing a void out like no other.
Be there for you, and your mom, no matter what. I couldn't just go off and get myself killed anymore. Couldn't leave you all alone. I couldn't. I had it all wrong. Being a father didn't make me scared. It made me brave. I'm sorry. Sorry it took me so long. Don't make the same mistake. Be yourself. Be free.
Captain, I need you to hand it over.
Shoot him, John. Shoot him! I gave you an order. Shoot him!
Sam is transported to a recreation of a Vietnam battlefield. Having been through this before, Sam works his way through the battlefield to take out Clifford Unger. At the end of the fight, Clifford sits down calmly, awaiting Sam. He whistles a tune to BB and promises them that they will get out of here. He tells Sam to give him back his baby, but before things escalate further, he's caught off guard when Sam asks him if he is Clifford Unger. A wave of memories and emotion wash over the old soldier, and he asks who he's speaking to. Sam doesn't answer, but he wonders if Clifford is Lou's father. Clifford whistles the same tune from throughout the game, and Sam repeats it. Lou seems to enjoy it. Before disappearing, Clifford says that he was told that Sam's name was Sam Porter, but it's actually Sam Bridges, his bridge to the future. He gives Sam his dog tags and embraces him, tears flowing down his face, until a gunshot echoes throughout, triggering another memory of Clifford Unger.
Take BB and get out of this place. There's nothing I can do for your wife. I'm sorry. Now, if she orders me to do something, I have to do it. I have to. But I served under you first. And your family doesn't deserve this. Any of this.
Why are you helping me? If they catch you.
Because you saved my life, sir. Again and again. When the brass sent us into the jaws of hell, it was you that brought us home.
Sam awakens in his room. After the supercell, he was teleported across the lake to Port Knot City, brought in by a Bridges member after he was found unconscious outside. Deadman checks in on Sam, and he relays what he experienced. He feels as though Clifford Unger wasn't trying to hurt anyone. Felt as though he just wanted to talk. Maybe even tell them something on how BBs were made, pointing out the dog tags Clifford gave him. Deadman seems confused, as he thought Sam said Clifford was holding Die Hardman hostage on the beach. Sam says that's correct. Maybe all three of them have some sort of history they don't know about. Deadman thinks Sam might be onto something, as he reveals he found a message left by Die Hardman before he disappeared, labeled, "If I don't come back."
All right. This message is insurance, in case something happens to me. For Bridges' eyes only. And I sure as hell hope that's who's watching. I got a little present from Emily. Said she'd take me to the beach if I wanted. But I'd need this doll to show me the way. It's a trap. It has to be. But I've decided to play along. You've all been playing along too, haven't you? You know this mask hides more than just my face. Well, Emily's a blank slate too. No past, no record she ever existed. She's a ghost. And the thing about ghosts, I never met Emily in person. Have you? Ever seen her in the flesh, shook her hand, touched her? The original team we sent was divided into two groups. Emily was with the first, Mama and Hartman were with the second. They had no direct contact with her.
Yes. Amelie's group was wiped out in Edge Knot City. Everyone but her. Everyone who could say whether or not she exists.
Bullshit. She's real. We've touched, all right? She and I both.
Well, I've only ever interacted with her hologram.
I'm telling you, I've met her. In person. Lots of times when I was little.
Yes, but on the beach.
Here's what the president had to say about her daughter. Emily was born on the beach. There her Ka remained, though her Ha came to this world. This division of body and soul forced her to spend most of her childhood in the hospital. But though her health was poor, her Doom's numbers were off the charts. Her supernatural talents blossomed as she grew older and overcame her limitations. But by the time she was 20, she could travel to and from the beach, body and all. And that's where she started spending all of her time. Now, if you wanted to get in touch with Emily, it was via hologram or nothing. The president insisted on that. I swore an oath to the president and to America. As far as I was concerned, her word was law. So when she said Emily was her daughter and the best candidate to succeed her, I believed it. But when the archives were restored, I couldn't resist testing out my access privileges. And that's how I found out Bridget was diagnosed with uterine cancer in her 20s and couldn't have children. You see, doesn't add up, does it? There's no way Emily could be Bridget's biological daughter. So where'd she come from? Who is she? Is she even real? How can we be sure that Emily is an extinction entity when we don't even know if Emily is Emily? Hell, for all I know, the EE theory might be bullshit. But if it's not, if she's the cause of the death stranding, then I have to accept her invitation. I've loaded my gun with hermetic rounds. Sam's blood. It connects my gun to her, to me, to him, all of us. Which means I should be able to take it with me to the beach. I'm gonna stop what she started by stopping her. One last confession. I'm just a man. No powers, nothing special. Don't have dooms, I can't repatriate like Sam either. Don't know the first thing about dying, I had never tried it. Yeah. I've been to hell. Every single battlefield was hell. But no matter how terrible it got, I never died. Because all I ever did was run from death. Well, I gotta go. She's calling for me. Bridges, don't let me down.
After all this new information, Deadman realizes something. He's about to tell Sam until Fragile connects. She wants to tell him herself. She explains. After interrogating Higgs, he revealed that Amelie was their leader, the terrorist voidouts, the extinction agenda. She was behind it all. Originally, Higgs truly wanted to expand his territory and partner with Fragile due to her incredible abilities. Things were good until he met Amelie, with powers that put hers to shame, even able to control BTs. Amelie turned Higgs into her agent of extinction, giving him her power. Sam can't believe what he's hearing, and Fragile understands that this is hard to hear. She reiterates that Higgs already knew she was an extinction entity. Plus, she took a look inside of Higgs's BB pod, and it didn't contain a child. It contained another doll, just like the one Die Hardman had used to teleport to Amelie's beach. The idea that terrorists brought back BB tech and Bridges was just following suit was a lie. The group's methods being completely different. Sam and Lou are connected to the world of the dead, while the terrorists and their doll link them to Amelie and her beach. Deadman notes that Clifford Unger had similar dolls on his beach. It's clear that this extinction entity, whoever she is, lured in and controlled Higgs, director Die Hardman, and Clifford Unger. The only place to get answers is on Amelie's beach, but first, Sam must make one final delivery to Capital Knot City and meet with Fragile. When Sam arrives, Fragile's in a rough state due to her using her ability too much. It's also revealed that director Die Hardman was found recently, and is being taken care of in a different room. Fragile awakens and prepares to jump Sam to Amelie's beach. But Hartman warns Sam that since Amelie's beach resides over all others, if she wishes to keep Sam there, she absolutely can. Fragile believes that Amelie is waiting for him and wants him to go to her. Right now, her only plan is for Sam to head to Amelie's beach and talk her out of triggering the last stranding. Before going, Sam has a few things to say to his friends.
I'll talk to her. Maybe she'll listen. But with the shape the world's in, it'll only be delaying the inevitable. Still, if it buys us time to try and build something better, a new lease on life, at least for a little bit, well, I can think of one woman who made the most of a chance like that. Nothing lasts forever, not even the world. But we gotta keep it going as long as we can, right? Patch the holes, change the parts, all that. So we can say we had a good run, that we lived.
Thought you didn't like having to handle things with care.
'Cause it was hard enough keeping my own shit together. Back when we met at the cave, the only thing I cared about was making it to the next sunrise. Sure as hell didn't care about America or the future. I was living a lie, hung up on past regrets. I was broken. But somewhere along the way, I started changing. Started meeting people that made me think that maybe it wasn't all bad. People that put their faith in tomorrow, and in me. That kept the lights on, and waited for hope to arrive. So I gotta deliver, for their sake.
Even if it means you never come back?
Fucked if I do, fucked if I don't, right? Take care of Lou.
I will.
Couldn't find a working still mother east of Port Knot City. Kid's done enough. No more.
All right. I'll do my best to nurse our little one back to health.
Okay, concentrate. Help me look for Emily. Reach for her, Sam. Feel her. I know you love her. You love her!
When Sam arrives on Amelie's beach, he wanders the emptiness for quite some time. That is until a woman in a black dress and mask appear. Sam asks who she is, and then a familiar voice calls out to him. He turns around to see Bridget in her hospital bed. He then relives their last conversation together, ending with her telling him she would wait for him on the beach. The woman in black walks up and tells him she's been waiting here ever since, and that he was supposed to stop her, to stop all of this. Sam confirms that the entity in front of him is Bridget and asks where Amelie is. Bridget admits that Amelie doesn't exist, not in the real world. She apologizes to Sam for all the secrecy and admits that both Bridget and Amelie are part of her. She understands Sam has many questions. She asks Sam to stay quiet and she will answer everything. For as long as she could remember, she could dream of the beach, not just while sleeping, but during her waking hours as well, watching the world end over and over. At first, she didn't completely understand what she was seeing or why, but the dreams got worse, showing her the extinction to end all extinctions, the last stranding, destined to become its harbinger. When she was 20, Bridget went under surgery for her cancer. As she opened her eyes, she was on the beach, but then her body woke up in the real world, splitting her into two. Bridget, the body in the real world, and Amelie, her soul, on the beach. The two were able to coexist, but Bridget's body grew older and frailer, while Amelie stayed young. To keep up appearances, Bridget claimed Amelie was her daughter, but in reality, they are one entity. They thought of their situation as a curse, but eventually they thought to use their gift to learn more about the beach. Maybe by understanding it, they would be able to interpret their dreams of the future. Realizing the beach was connected to the world of the dead, she believed that it contained the memories of time itself, every organism that ever lived, history stretching back to the creation of the universe. This pursuit led to the creation of the chiral network and everything that followed. Passing data through the beach, humanity was unbound by the restrictions of time. Everything the Earth had lost and forgotten could be reconstructed and reclaimed. But then came the first void out. Believing that she was running out of time, she rushed to complete the chiral network as quickly as possible. That's what led her to research on bridge babies. Her goal was to use that information to find out what causes an extinction entity to come into being, and what was the reason for the previous 5 mass extinctions. Believing answering this will help her find answers on how to stop the 6th. But her body had cancer, so she was never able to see the creation of the chiral network to its end. With Sam's help, the network was completed, reclaiming everything the universe experienced from its inception to the present. Bridget explains that the Big Bang created time and space. All that matter and antimatter should have canceled itself out, leaving nothing, but just enough matter survived, creating life. She believes that the past extinctions were the universe's best attempts to try and reset things back to zero. But life refuses to be extinguished, surviving every past extinction event, rebelling against the cosmos. From the ashes of the dead rise the living, stronger and wiser. Years ago, Bridget caused an accident that took Sam's life when he was a baby. Amelie quickly found Sam's beach and kept him from crossing over, upsetting the fundamental balance between life and death. It is Bridget's fate to lead humanity to extinction, and in this moment, Sam became part of that fate, a repatriate. Not long after, the death stranding occurred. The BTs used Amelie's beach to cross over and devour the living, causing more void outs and putting them on the path to extinction. Bridget could either watch everything unfold slowly and watch humanity die out, or hasten things and end it quickly. But she required the last part of her to trigger the last stranding, Sam. But now, the last stranding has begun. Her beach and the beaches of every other soul in America are now connected, soon to be inundated with a vast surge of antimatter, a Big Bang. She gives Sam 2 choices: to stay on the beach with her and witness the very end, or to cut her and her beach loose and die a slow death, because no matter what, the 6th extinction will happen one day.
It doesn't have to end here.
But it does. The beach is doomed no matter what. One look ought to tell you that. Which is why we must sever our connection.
That'll be it. The end of the Death Stranding.
You can't stop the inevitable. The sixth extinction will happen either today or tomorrow. You can either end it with dignity, quick, clean, and in a flash, or you can struggle in vain, knowing full well what's waiting come the finish. Those are your choices. You kept it all this time. Perhaps you still have a chance to stop this nightmare. You brought the world together. You have the right to decide. Pull the rope or cut the noose. But whatever you do, don't hesitate. I'm ready, Sam Strand. Make your choice.
But wait. I don't know what to do.
Sure you do. After everything, how could you not?
I'm here for you. Always. Like you were for me.
Here. It's a dream catcher. Wear it when you sleep, and I'll keep the nightmares away. I'll always be with you. When you're all grown up, you'll need it to make us whole again. And when the time comes, you'll have to stop me. You are the only one who can. Promise you'll remember. Sam, I'll be waiting for you on the beach.
I remember. You knew. You always knew.
I did and I didn't. I had so many dreams of the future. I didn't know which ones to trust. Which is why I decided to share them with you and the others. But to connect the dots, to make sense of everything, you need perspective. You need time. Time has no meaning to me. I am not a line. I am a single point. Which is why all I could do was just show you the choices and let you decide.
Our nightmares are your dreams.
You found the common thread, the strand that links them together. And you did that the only way possible. To live life one day at a time. Thank you, Sam. A gun won't help you here. But it still has a role to play. It was the bonds between people that brought the world together. And if that is what matters most to you, then I will stay here on this beach. And I will shut myself in and the rest of you out.
Shut yourself in, come on.
Once the last stranding starts, it can't be stopped. I can't go with you. All I can do is try to spare you the worst.
Why do you have to stay on the beach?
Sam, I am the beach. And I must stay here and ensure that the extinction happens. Even if it takes tens or hundreds of thousands of years.
Alone?
That's what an EE does. If I had just done my job, none of this would have happened. But I couldn't take it anymore. I got so tired of waiting, and I figured that no one would blame me if I just got it all over with. So, that's what I did.
Sounds like hell.
But you and the others came together, connected. And you may be living on borrowed time, but you still have hope. Before each of the Big Five, life rebelled. They fought back, evolved in order to survive. The extinction isn't just an ending. It's an opportunity. And if I have to pay the price for that, to be the sacrifice, then so be it. Even if we aren't together, we will always be connected. Goodbye, Sam.
Sam is pushed out of Amelie's beach and onto his own, eventually pulled back to the real world by the efforts of his friends. Time passes, and Die Hardman is sworn in as president, taking off his mask and ushering in a new America. Sam leaves the room during his speech, and outside he meets up with Deadman. He reveals that Clifford's wife and BB's mother was named Lisa Bridges. Die Hardman was known as John, and was the one who killed Clifford and went into hiding sometime later, faking his own death and reappearing as the man in the mask. Deadman doesn't trust him, but he will continue to work with him. He then walks away, and Die Hardman catches up to Sam and asks if he can have a moment. He admits to him that he killed Clifford Unger. Sam turns around to stare him down and hear the rest of what he has to say. He claims that he didn't do it just for America, but because he loved Bridget. She was everything to him. And there hasn't been a day gone by he hasn't thought about that moment. But Die Hardman also loved Clifford Unger, the man who refused to let him die, bringing him home mission after mission. Seeing his ghost, he thought he had to come back for revenge, but Clifford let him go. Die Hardman has no idea why he forgave him. Maybe because he was trying to do his part for America. He feels as though he doesn't deserve it. On the way out, Deadman is waiting for Sam, carrying Lou. The decommissioning order has finally come in. Lou is no longer alive in their pod. In order to avoid necrosis, Lou must be taken to the incinerator. He figured Sam would want to be the one to take them. Before he goes, Deadman unlocks Sam's cufflinks, giving him the option to leave and disappear from the UCA again, as they'll no longer be able to track him. Sam then embraces Deadman and thanks him for everything he's done, no longer afraid of the connections to others. Then he heads outside and meets with Fragile.
How's the weather?
Don't think you'll be needing an umbrella. I decided to follow my father's dream after all. Don't worry, I won't get mixed up with any terrorists this time. UCA's got my back. We're the first private delivery company to get the official approval.
Sounds like you're moving up in the world. Congratulations.
Thanks. Wait, there's something I have to tell you. I didn't shoot Higgs. Couldn't pull the trigger. So I let him choose. Death or eternal solitude on the beach.
Fair enough. You never did like breaking things.
That's right. I find and fix what's broken. And reconnect. I'm fragile.
But not that fragile.
Wanna come work for me? Could use a man like you.
The world's still broken. Same as before.
What isn't? But we're still here. We're still chugging along.
Not everyone. Not me.
Come on. You put America back together, didn't you?
Doesn't mean there's a place for me. I've got no ties to anyone or anything. I might as well be dead. I felt like that when we first met in the cave. I still do.
Don't act like you're the same person. You've learned how to touch, to feel. You've connected with people. With us.
Everything I touch, I lose.
Sam!
Come on, Lou. One last delivery.
On the path to the incinerator, Clifford Unger's story is fully revealed. Clifford was married to Elisa Bridges. She was pregnant, but left brain dead after a car accident. Bridget saw Lisa and her unborn child as a critical asset and convinced Clifford to allow his child to be used in the BB program, under the pretense that it would help save America and maybe revive his wife. But at some point, John, Die Hardman, realized the father was his old captain. Using his clearance, he set up a secret meeting to warn Clifford, split between his loyalty for his two loves. He tells Clifford to take his child and leave, as he will never truly get help here. Bridget has been taking advantage of him and his family for her experiments, but he still has an oath to the president, so if she commands him, he will have to listen. But he feels indebted to Clifford and gives him this opportunity to take his child and escape. At the incinerator, Sam places Lou and his cufflinks on the platform, but just before it descends, Sam grabs Lou and then he connects one final time. This time, Sam relives the memories of Clifford Unger's attempt to save his son, but things don't go according to plan, escalating to Clifford getting shot and barricading himself in his wife's room, holding his son.
Don't worry. It's okay. I'll always be with you. See the sunset, the day is ending. Let that yawn out, there's no pretending. I will hold you and protect you. So let love hold you till the When I found out I was gonna be a father, I was so scared. Scared of what it would mean. I had got to be there for you and your mom. No matter what. I couldn't just go off and get myself killed anymore. Couldn't leave you all alone. I couldn't.
Get off of him! Now!
I had it all wrong. All wrong. Being a father didn't make me scared. It made me brave. I'm sorry. Sorry it took me so long.
Captain, look at you.
Don't make the same mistake. Be yourself. Be free.
Oh my God.
Captain, I need you to hand it over.
Shoot him, John.
Let it go. Please.
Shoot him! I gave you an order. Shoot him!
You told me your name was Sam Porter. But you're Sam Bridges. My son. My bridge to the future. Without you, I was just like any other Cliff. A dead end. No way forward. Nothing but an obstacle. Looking on at the world people like you were trying to build. Dividing people was the only thing I was ever good at. But not you, Sam. You bring people together. You're their bridge to the future. And mine. Come on, Sam. Stand up. BB too.
No, 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 no! Sam. There you are. You want to go home? Let's go home. It's okay. I know the way.
now that his connection to the other side has been severed.
It was me who cut the cord. So yes.
A deathless repatriate in the world of the living. Should we decommission him?
In a manner of speaking. Take him out of the pod. I'll raise him as my own.
Come on, Lou. Wake up. Come on, Lou, wake up. Come on, Lou. Come on, Lou, wake up. Wake up. Come on. Wake up! Wake up. Lou.